There was obviously a lot of noise outside the club. You know, a figure as big as Jurgen Klopp moves on. He's a different type of character. He hasn't tried to impersonate Jurgen Klopp in any way. I think it was really telling, the contracts, but don't forget he didn't bring players in. He assessed the squad. He was quite calm about the fact that he didn't need to sort of buy anybody. I mean, when does that ever really happen? A new manager comes in.
Manchester United. A name that stands tall in world football. A club built on glory, resilience, and an unshakable belief that even in the darkest moments, redemption is always possible. But this week, that belief was tested in ways fans could never have imagined. After a shocking and humiliating defeat to fourth-tier Grimsby Town in the Carabao Cup, Old Trafford has been thrown into chaos. And the biggest twist? Ruben Amorim, the man trusted with leading Manchester United's new era, has reportedly walked out. This is not just another bad night. This is a crisis moment that cuts deep into the very heart of Manchester United's identity. Fans are stunned, pundits are scrambling for answers, and the football world is pointing fingers at a club that seems to lurch from one drama to the next. Let's be clear, Manchester United's defeat to Grimsby wasn't just a cup upset, it was an earthquake. A team full of young academy players and lower league veterans completely outclassed a United side that should have handled the tie with ease. For many supporters, watching their club crumble against such opposition was beyond humiliating. It felt like betrayal. A betrayal of the shirt, of the badge, and of the rich history that defines this great institution. And now, the fallout is even bigger. Reports suggest that Ruben Amorim, the man handpicked to bring stability and tactical evolution to Old Trafford, could not take the humiliation. Sources close to the situation claim he walked out, frustrated by what he saw as a lack of professionalism, a lack of fight, and a structure at the club that simply does not match the standards required to compete at the top. If true, this development sends Manchester United spiraling into fresh chaos. How did it get to this point? How did one of the most respected young managers in Europe go from being hailed as the architect of a new era to walking away in despair? For fans, the emotions are raw. Some feel anger at the players, accusing them of lacking heart and pride. Others believe the board has once again failed to provide proper support. And then there are those who see this as yet another symbol of a club that has lost its way since the glory years of Sir Alex Ferguson. But let's look deeper. Ruben Amorim arrived at Manchester United with a reputation for tactical intelligence, player development, and the ability to inspire belief. He was supposed to be the manager who could bring modern football back to Old Trafford. His pressing style, his commitment to attacking football, and his faith in young players made fans hopeful. But football is unforgiving. At United, pressure doesn't come season by season, it comes game by game, minute by minute. The humiliation against Grimsby was not just about a single loss. It was about a pattern of underperformance, a symbol of how fragile this rebuild really is. And here's the truth, Manchester United are no strangers to embarrassment in recent years. From shocking defeats in Europe to inconsistency in the Premier League, the club has endured some brutal moments. But what makes this different is the timing. This was supposed to be the start of something new. Amorim's era was meant to represent progress. Instead, it now feels like the foundations have already crumbled. For United fans, the big question is, where do we go from here? Does the board step in with reinforcements, both on the pitch and off it? Do the players take responsibility and fight back with pride? Or does the club, once again, spiral into a cycle of uncertainty, changing managers, and trying to fix problems with quick solutions instead of long-term vision? The mood in Manchester right now is tense. Social media is ablaze with frustration. Fan channels are exploding with passionate rants. And the world is watching as United, once the benchmark of footballing excellence, now look like a club constantly trapped in crisis. But let's not forget, this is Manchester United. The Red Devils have been written off before, only to rise again. From the Munich tragedy to the heartbreak of title races, this club has always found a way to come back stronger. The question is, do the current players, the current leadership, and the current structure have the strength to carry the tradition forward? Real fans don't just watch, they subscribe. Are you one of them? Ruben Amorim's reported walkout is more than just a managerial decision, it's a statement. A statement that things are broken at Old Trafford. A statement that the standards are not being met. A statement that unless change comes fast, United risk being left behind, not just by rivals in England, but by the elite clubs of Europe. For the fans, this is painful. But it's also a rallying cry. Because Manchester United is more than just results, it's passion, it's identity, it's pride. And right now, the club needs its supporters more than ever. The road ahead will not be easy. There will be calls for accountability, debates about leadership, and endless speculation about who could come in next if Amorim truly departs. But in the middle of all this chaos lies an opportunity. An opportunity to reset, to rebuild properly, and to finally restore the values that made Manchester United great. As we reflect on this shocking moment, one thing is clear: the love fans have for Manchester United will never fade. Through humiliation, through chaos, through heartbreak, the Red Devils remain a symbol of resilience. This chapter may be dark, but the story of Manchester United is far from over. And perhaps, in the pain of this moment, lies the spark of the next great revival. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for breaking football transfer updates, passionate fan analysis, and exclusive Manchester United content here on United Pulse TV.